And we're back. We're back at the TJK Show. I've got a friend of mine, Josh, that's on the phone, been asking for a couple of weeks. He's been asking for a couple of weeks to be on the show, and we've been busy, and now we're not. So we're going to talk to him. He's a firefighter down in South Haven, and I was a volunteer firefighter, and I got to drive the fire truck, which was really cool. And it took a few years back. The very first call that I ever went to was at Malone and Goodman. There was a gravel truck that had T-boned a couple teenagers from Hernando. And when I arrived to the scene, they had the helicopter had landed, and they had one boy that was in the car. They were trying to cut him out, and the other one didn't make it, and it was really sad. So I said a prayer for him. And Josh and I got on this subject the other day, and we were talking about it. And some of the things when you're a firefighter, volunteer, or city of Memphis, or with any other town, I mean, it's really amazing, especially the calls in the middle of the night. I know it's real glamorous on TV where they just go on, like, Rescue Me, which is a cool show, and it's more glamorous. And sometimes you're sleeping, and within 20 or 25 minutes, you're all of a sudden, you got blazing lights, sirens, everything's going. And I just kind of want to talk to Josh this morning about maybe an experience that he's had whenever he's doing some calls like that. Okay. Josh, are you there?
I am here. Hey, good morning, TJ. Good morning, Andy. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Did you say hi to Ashley Kardashian this morning?
Oh, yes, Miss Kardashian. I'm a little confused when I hear Kardashian. I think of all kinds of different things, so I wasn't sure which Kardashian I was speaking to.
I'm the best one.
Oh, of course. I had no doubt
She's
about
the good
it.
one.
Yeah, if they're in Mississippi or the surrounding areas, they have to be the better ones.
Yeah, she's the good one.
She's still not sure how to spell her last name, but she'll get on that.
She's gonna. If I wasn't at the computer watching myself do streaming live, then she would probably Google herself and see how to spell it. All right. Did you prepare your story, Josh? Did you do your homework?
I have so many stories. I've actually got a couple. But just to lead off, being a fireman, sometimes they see you sitting out on a swing. And I'm not actually with South Haven anymore. I'm in the corporate world as a health and safety manager, and I volunteer my time for Bridgetown Fire now.
Oh yeah. Who don't know? Steve Reeves is down there, right?
Yeah. We got a lot of the retired guys from Memphis or retired from here or there that come to Bridgetown.
Yeah, because once you do it, man, I mean, it's hard to get out of your blood, and I miss it. And I know I was with Summers Hill for a while, and then Olive Branch just took it over because it's growing so big. And yeah, I'm on reserve right now. I took some pretty good classes last year with Olive Branch to keep everything up, and it's good. I mean, you really miss it, and so I'm on reserve as a reserve driver for them whenever they have big calls.
And I was in it
Bridgetown's kind of cut off to everybody else, but are they not the only one around that has their own volunteer ambulance that they fund themselves, or has that changed?
Well, no, it's a squad. It's like a med squad that we use, but we still utilize DeSoto County EMS for like transport and things like that. But yeah, Bridgetown is really good under the direction of Chief Jerry Sides and Assistant Chief Ron Shepard. And,
yeah, I know those guys.
It's really laid back, and I'm telling you, it's just anywhere you go in America, it's the same. You can walk in any firehouse, and it's like the same group of guys.
Isn't that funny?
It is hilarious, and it's people don't realize. You see the firemen sitting out on the swing, or you see them.
We didn't have a swing. What's a swing you speak of? We didn't have a swing. We had tailgates. Y'all must have been pretty fancy.
Honestly, they're all the same. The guys' tailgates, the swing, the bench out front, whatever.
They'll have a basketball goal and a bucket to wash cars. I know that.
That's right. Yeah, we did a lot of washing cars, but the public they see these guys out and washing the trucks or doing this, and they're wondering, well, where are my tax dollars going if all they're doing is washing the trucks every day? But just to get it out there, that firemen, man, they see volunteer career. I put them in the same bucket. I don't think there's any difference except for a paycheck, and they see so much that they have to take home and live with, and just to get it out to the people listening, if you haven't been a fireman or been in the public service, even as cops, they see so much they take home with, and it's not just washing the trucks and sitting out front and.
But you got to do something with your time because I had the luxury of living next door to the fire station, so I actually wouldn't even do the night duty. I would just drive, but when the radio went off, but you are there for 24 hours, and it's just such a weird thing, and nobody really knows. Instantly, I mean, the call goes, and then you got to jump in the truck and be ready and go within within a few minutes.
Yeah, and I spent a lot of my career as a lieutenant. So you were the guy making the.
You were the guy on the right.
Yeah, so when you're thinking about, I mean, from anything, from a stabbing to a structure fire to a hazmat, so you got so many different things you got to be thinking about in just a split second. There's so many different stories I could sit here and tell you. I got a few that but I wanted to start off with a joke.
Andy just showed me a picture of a fireman. That's just weird that you would. I know what a fireman looks like.
I'm sure it didn't.
It's a particular story. Go ahead. I didn't mean for him to interrupt you.
We got to talk to Donna in a minute about the car show. So she may be holding on. Let's go and jump into your story. I didn't mean to cut you off. We just had more to talk about than I thought we did.
That's fine. I was going to ask you if you actually knew why God created firemen.
Because hell has fire that can't be put out.
No, so cops would have heroes. Excellent.
Good.
No drum roll. Okay, I got you.
But
no. In our heads in here, we're going, "Oh, wow, that was good."
Ouch,
Zinger.
Ouch. Yeah, I got a lot of family that are cops, so I could say that joke fairly. But some of the bad stories. I mean, you make all the things, and one of the worst things for me was kids. You see all the kids, and you see the burns and the things, and they just don't understand. I've made 9 SIDS calls where sudden infant death syndrome, and those are just the types of things that you have to live with, and it's so tough, and go home and sleep with. And I just wanted the people out there to know that firemen they're more than the sum that they're made up of. I mean, they go above and beyond, and they take those things home. And I don't want to take all your time this morning, but I did want to share a story with you about a cat that I saved.
I would love to hear about this cat.
Yeah.
Andy says no, but I say yes. Go.
Okay, we'll go with the cat. All right. Well, you make all these rescues, you save people, you help people all the time, and you never make the news or the paper or anything. Well, you save a little cat.
I actually make the news quite a bit, but go ahead.
Well, but besides you, the average fireman, we don't make the news, but you get the cat, you rescue the cat, and all of a sudden you're on the front page of the commercial appeal.
Well, that's very iconic.
4 or 5 times. Yeah. And you're on the news 3 or 4 times, and it's hilarious. And you got to thank your brethren firemen because they like to send you kitty litter and scratch and post, and things end up in your locker just to rag you.
Let me see if I got this right. You're out there on your swing, and you have your scratch and post and your kitty litter because you saved the cat. Okay.
That's exactly right. Cat food and all that kind of stuff. Firemen are pretty brutal, man. When it comes to ragging on you, if you make a call like that, it's never ending. I still hear it to this day.
What station did you work at in South Haven?
Actually, I was a captain. I was the training officer. So I actually worked at City Hall. So I kind of went to station, and I did the trainings. And I also responded to the calls as the safety officer as far as inside the incident command system. So
I grew up down the street in Colonial Hills back in the day. And I grew up, my best friend was Bill McCammon. His dad was Vernon McCammon. And that was back before South Haven was even a city. And, I remember we would just be riding with Vernon and just riding in his car, and he turned on the lights and the siren, and we would just take off, and I just thought it was so cool because it was just his regular truck that we'd take to church, and we took to my grandpa's, me and Bill did one time, and we never turned the lights or the siren on the road trip, by the way. But, he's such an awesome person, and he brought some deer in to my store a few weeks ago, and I went and cut him up for him, and he's one of the nicest people if you've ever met him, and I know he probably, some of the younger firemen, were maybe a little fearful of him, but he had killed he had gotten like 3 or 4 deer, and he donated 100% of it. I mean, he's just such a nice person.
Wow.
He had to take it around today. Hey, I want to catch up with you next week, and we're going to get some more stories. I want to hear some more about your things that you've got going on with the corporate. I'm sorry we got you on at the last, but we got to talk.
Oh, no, I appreciate it, man. I love hearing y'all's show, and it was great. And Sam, by the way, Mayor Sam, he's an awesome guy.
Yeah,
and,
he is nice.
Yeah, we've had some run-ins with him, and he's just a great guy. And I wanted to share that.
That just does not even sound nice. You had run-ins. Tell us that story real quick. No, I'm just.
Well, run it with the mayor.
Yeah, no, he is a good guy. And he's very unique, and he's a noble old man, so we like him a lot. I'm
yes, he is very cool.
Yeah. Okay, all right, Josh. Well, it was good talking to you, man, and we'll catch up with you next week. And
thank you, TJ. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good week. We're going to take a break, come back and talk to Donna, and then I think our show will be done.